Welcome to Math TV with Professor V. It is Monday, April 3rd, 2023. Here's your integral of the day. We have antiderivative of 1 minus x plus 2x squared minus x cubed over x times x squared plus 1 quantity squared dx. So noticing that we have a rational function as our integrand, we're probably going to want to utilize partial fraction decomposition. Remember, you can't find the partial fraction decomposition until you guarantee that the degree of the denominator is higher than the degree of the numerator. Is it? Let's see. This denominator is degree 4 plus 1, degree 5. Numerator is degree 3, so we're good to go. So let's set up to figure out the partial fraction decomposition. I'm going to just rewrite the integrand here on the left-hand side. And the denominator is already factored for us. So I'm going to have a constant a over x. And then notice x squared plus 1, that's an irreducible quadratic, and it's squared in the denominator. So I'm going to have bx plus c over x squared plus 1 to the first plus dx plus e over x squared plus 1 quantity squared, like that. All right, now we're going to multiply everything through by the LCD, which is x times x squared plus 1 squared, and try to solve for the constants a, b, c, d, e. So on the left, now we have 1 minus x plus 2x squared minus x cubed equals a times x squared plus 1 quantity squared plus bx plus c will get multiplied by 1x and 1x squared plus 1 because the other x squared plus 1 cancels in the denominator, plus, and then dx plus e times just x. All right, now when you have an irreducible quadratic, the method that I show in a lot of the other videos where you substitute in something for x to zero out that factor and solve for the constants won't work in this case. So in this scenario, I just multiply all of the terms out and then equate the coefficients for your like terms. So you'll see what I mean in just a second. We just have a lot more foiling to do in this one. So 1 minus x plus 2x squared minus x cubed equals a times, now be careful, I'm going to multiply out x squared plus 1 quantity squared. It's going to be x to the 4th plus 2x squared plus 1, right? Good. And then this is bx plus c times x cubed plus x, right? Okay, so then that's going to give us, now I FOIL all of that, bx to the 4th plus bx squared plus cx cubed plus cx plus, and then this just distributes dx squared plus ex. All right, and then let me put the left-hand side in descending power. So negative x cubed plus 2x squared minus x plus 1 equals, and then here we'll have ax to the 4th plus 2ax squared plus a plus bx to the 4th plus bx squared plus cx cubed plus cx plus dx squared plus ex. Woo! Okay, now's the fun part, I think. So what you're going to do, the highest power of x I see in this whole equation is x to the 4th. So we're going to equate the coefficients for x to the 4th from the left-hand side and the right-hand side of the equation. Now, I don't see any x to the 4ths on the left. So that basically means that the coefficient on it is a 0, right? Okay, so 0 must equal, now where are all my x to the 4ths on the right-hand side? A plus b, right? So that means a plus b is equal to 0. And then just keep going. So x cubed, what's the coefficient of x cubed on the left-hand side? It's negative 1. You see? You see right here? Okay. And then where are all the x cubes on the right? Just right here. Ooh, that's good. So then we know c is negative 1. Okay, now x squared. So we have 2x squared on the left. Where's all our x squareds? We have 2a plus b plus d. Yes? Okay. 2a plus b plus d. And then x to the first, we have a negative 1x to the first on the left. And then, let's see, c plus e, right? C plus e. And then constant, x to the 0. We have positive 1 on the left. And then who are our constants over here? Oh no, I need a new highlighter color. What sounds good? This peachy color. Okay, a. Oh, that's it. Okay. So this isn't going to be too bad. I know a is 1. Then that tells me right here b is negative 1, doesn't it? I know c is negative 1. Okay. And then if c is negative 1, then that means e is 2. Hopefully you can do this all in your head by now. You're in Calc 2. You can muster it up. Wait, no, I did that wrong. Look at me, ranting, and then I did it wrong. If c is negative 1 and I add 1, then e is 0. Okay, so we've got a, b, c. I just need d. So I'm going to come over here. 2 equals 2 times a, which is 1, plus b, which is negative 1, plus d. So 2 plus negative 1, that's positive 1. So that means d is equal to 1. All right, so let's fill in up above right here. This is what I like to do. So a is 1, b is negative 1. So this is going to be negative x. C is also negative 1, minus 1. And then plus dx plus e. So that would be 1x plus e is 0. All right, so we're going to use the partial fraction decomposition now to rewrite the integrand. I'm going to do it down here. So we have, I love a good transition statement in the middle of a math problem. Integral 1 over x. And then also watch this. I can factor out this negative. Yes? Okay. And just put minus x plus 1 over x squared plus 1 to the first plus x plus 0, so just x, over x squared plus 1 squared dx. All right, we have to break these up now, and we'll do 4 little separate baby integrals, okay? So we have here integral 1 over x dx minus integral x over x squared plus 1 dx minus integral 1 over x squared plus 1 dx plus integral x over x squared plus 1 squared dx. Woo! All right, let's number them. The worst is over now, though. Like, this is the fun part now, okay? None of these are too wild. So integral number 1. Do you have that one under control? Yes, this is our good friend, natural log absolute value of x, say plus c1. Beautiful. Second one. Ooh. Integral of x over x squared plus 1 dx. Now notice the degree of the numerator is 1 less than the denominator. So in this case, you would do a u substitution. You would let u equal x squared plus 1. And then du is 2x dx. So that means 1/2 du is x dx, which we have right here. Can you see it? Perfect. So then I can rewrite this as 1/2 integral du over u, which is 1/2 ln absolute value of u plus c2. And then this is going to be 1/2 natural log absolute value x squared plus 1 plus c2. And you know what? X squared plus 1 is always positive, so you can switch these to parentheses. So 1 and 2 are done. Look at us. Little champions. What about number 3? Oh, there's no work to do. Do you recognize this? This is one of your tried and true famous little integrals that you need to memorize. This is our good friend tan inverse of x. Yes, plus C3. Notice the difference between 3 and 2. This had x to the first, so we did the u sub. This had just a constant in the numerator. That's why it ended up in tan inverse of x, even though the denominator is the same. Do you see the difference? Okay, good. And then what do we do with this that has an x in the top and the denominator is squared? We're going to mirror the process with the same u sub that we did for integral number 2. Okay? So for integral number 4, we have x. We don't have a constant in the top, right? You see that's the difference. X squared plus 1 squared dx. So same thing, we're gonna, I'm not even gonna rewrite it because we're stealing the same little u sub as right here. The only difference is in the denominator, you won't just have u to the first, right? Because all of this was to the first. You're gonna have u squared. So you have 1/2 integral du over u squared. If it helps you, I always encourage my students to rewrite this as u to the negative second du. And then just think to yourself, add 1 to the exponent, divide by the new exponent. So it's going to be negative 1/2 u to the negative first plus C4. So that's negative 1/2 times u to the negative first. What was u? It was x squared plus 1. X squared plus 1 to the negative first is 1 over x squared plus 1 plus C4. Okay, so there's all of our antiderivatives. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then just be careful when putting them together for your final answer, because remember, we had a minus sign in front of integral 2 and 3. So we should have a minus sign here and a minus sign here. Okay? Let's put it all together. Boom, boom, boom. So we have natural log. You need this absolute value on the x because it's not squared or anything, right? Minus 1/2 ln x squared plus 1 minus tan inverse of x minus, I'm going to write the last term, watch this, as 1 over 2 times x squared plus 1. Like just put everything together in the denominator so it's nice and clean, plus c, where c equals c1 minus c2 minus c3 plus c4. Remember those two integrals in the middle we subtracted. So this is our final answer. Let's box it with such pride. Ooh, and I hear my alarm going off. Okay. So anyways, hope you enjoyed the integral of the day. Subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and take care, you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.